It's just, you have to understand that there's always immigration risk.
My job as a litigator is to tear apart records and find mistakes.
Yeah, but like, you know, just for me to understand, so, and you have to explain it to me. Tell me, Jesse, what is the most underrated green card or visas that nobody knows about, but you know, and like people should apply for it because it's the next big thing?
You know, I think one area that I'm interested in for sure, and I work in a lot on litigation, is trafficking. And I think we're a lot of labor trafficking, just a lot of news. I think labor trafficking, people don't understand that if you're trafficked, and you can be trafficked in a white glove, or like, you know, a software engineer can be trafficked. And if you're trafficked, you can actually qualify for a T visa, T for trafficking. And I'd like to see more people understand what their rights are. So a lot of people get fired, and they may have been subjected to labor trafficking, and which entails, if you leave, I'm going to report you to USCIS.
Well, that's interesting. Can you explain a bit more? I read your article about it.
Yeah, it's just, you know, labor trafficking is something where it's been underreported for years. There's a cap for T visas of 5,000. But it's never been hit.
So that's the underrated green card that we're talking about, like visa. And
you can get a green card through a T visa, yes. But it starts as a non-immigrant category, and you can actually adjust to a green card. But it's really, yeah, a hidden visa category that there are probably way more people eligible than you'd think, because I think there's a lot of, you know, there's human trafficking, and that's awful. But there's also a lot of labor trafficking. We are having, I was reading an article the other day about child labor in this country. Usually it's migrant child labor. It is more than you'd think. And a lot of those children who may not have status could get protected, meaning they get a visa, because they've been trafficked.
Can you give an example? Where do those trafficked children work? Like,
yeah, slaughterhouses, farms, places you'd think, you know, they come over. So a lot of like the meat packing, a lot of the slaughterhouses, factory workers, stuff like that.
Those are like under 18 years old, correct?
No, because 18 you can work. I mean, I'm talking like 12, 13.
Okay. Well, so like working at your dad's like shop is not like being trafficked.
Not unless your dad is trafficking you. Because there's also, it's not just you just can't be working. A lot of it has to do, you know, you have to be in a trafficking situation. There has to be some type of involuntary servitude. You have to meet the definition of trafficking. It's not just like, oh, you're working. It has to be, you're coerced to do something against your will. You know, your conditions are awful. You can't leave. So